Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm out in the trails with my 2025 KLX 300R. This is my fourth ride, and I figured I would kind of go over the bike a little bit more, tell you what I like about it, tell you what I don't like about it, throw some specs out, nothing crazy. And then I also have some riding footage from just now, and I will play that after this. Check out my cool Alpine Star helmet. But yes, this is a 2025 model. The MSRP, if you look now, they were lowered. It went from 63 a couple months ago. It's the MSRP is $55.50. They're doing $750 off right now through Kawasaki. So this is a great time to pick one of these bikes up for a bargain. I was originally looking at a small pit bike. I was looking at a 110. Then I started looking at 125s pit bikes, and then I started looking at the KLX 230 or the Honda the CRF 250F. And then, you know, they're $5,000 for those two bikes. This is a step up from them for a few $100s more. You really can't go wrong. You're getting a lot more bike. This is like a full-size dirt bike. If you sit on a CRF 250F or a KLX 230R, they're like a three-quarter size bike. They're not like, you know, they're not a full-size bike. I don't care what anyone says. They're a good learning bike. I had a CRF 230 when it first came out in 2008, and it was a great, fantastic bike. But I just wanted something a little bit bigger, something with a little bit more power, and something that I could have for a while. So I was looking at two other bikes also. I was looking at two different YZ250Xs, the cross-country bikes, and then I was also looking at a 2023 Gas EX450, and they were... You know, they're good bikes, don't get me wrong, but I didn't need that, and the prices after the taxes and the fees were just absolutely outrageous. So I ended up going with this. This is a great looking bike. It has great performance for what it is. I'm not racing. I'm not hitting the track. I'm out trail riding, and this is the type of terrain I'd be on. Trails, a lot of sand. We are in a major drought right now. This is actually all supposed to be water, and it's not. So it's everyone's kind of panicking right now in New Jersey because we haven't had rain since, like, I don't know, August, and it's now the end of October. So there's really, like, not a lot of water going around. So it's very dusty, very sandy conditions. It's almost like driving on the beach in some spots. You can see it gets very, very, very sandy back there. So I'm just taking it easy. It's a Sunday. I know there's other people out here, so I'm not hauling ass through the trails. You got to really watch out on the weekends because you have ATVs, side-by-sides, other dirt bikes, dual sports, Jeeps, and trucks coming through here. So I'm in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. Lots and lots of pine trees, miles and miles of trails, just untouched forest. Most of it is protected land. Tons of people come out here to ride and go for hours and hours and not see the same thing twice. It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what the Pine Barrens are, look them up. It's a nice little section of wilderness that's untouched, and I hope it stays like this for as long as I'm alive. So anyway, back to the bike. Yeah, so I got the $750 off. It was $63 out the door. Not a bad price. You're getting some telescopic forks, inverted forks. They don't have the little 1980 style rubber grommets that the 230 has. You're getting a nice 21-inch Dunlop Geomax 52F on the front. You're getting a 270 millimeter semi-floating disc brake in the front. It's a Nissan brake. You're getting a 292cc liquid cooled 4-stroke engine. It's got plenty of grunt, plenty of low end torque. It's tried and true. This bike was actually around some previous early 2000s until the mid to late 2000s, I believe. Maybe even the early 90s they had this bike out. It was carbureted, kickstart. This is the newer version. They brought it back in 2020. It was fuel injected, electric start. I do wish it did have a backup Kickstarter, but I could live with the electric start. It's fine. I think it's pretty light. It's 282 pounds. Everyone says it's heavy. It's really not that bad. If you know how to ride a dirt bike, you'll be fine. I love the battle gray. I'm very happy with this choice that I made, because I know if I got the 230, I would be like totally over it at this point. I hear someone coming here. I'm gonna pause this video and I'll get back to you. And yeah, back to the video. See, that's why you gotta take it easy. You can see the dust. You don't really want to be flying around here on the weekends. A lot of traffic, a lot of deer. So this is just like a nice casual trail riding bike. This is what it is. This is what it's for. And it's reliable. The motor seems very solid. I did my first oil change after an hour. It was very easy, very straightforward. Maintenance is, you know, it's standard. There's gonna be maintenance on anything. You get an air-cooled bike, there's gonna be maintenance on it. You get an electric bike, I'm sure there's gonna be some type of maintenance on it. You get a race bike, there's gonna be even more maintenance on it. It's just part of the game. You wanna ride bikes, you have to take care of your stuff. You have to check the air filter. Probably have to tighten up this chain after this ride. There's just things to do. Follow your manual and you'll be fine. But a couple things I don't like about the bike. The foot pegs are absolutely just, they're tiny. Very, very tiny, and not good for standing up when you have boots on. And I don't like the ignition setup here, because you have to push, and then you have to push the starter button. It's I'm gonna try to maybe put a key on it from the KLX 300 Dual Sport, and just solve that problem there, because I just think that's a little silly. You do get a fuel light, and you do get a little check engine light there, I believe. But I'm very happy with this purchase. This is it feels so good to get back out on the trails, get out, and a couple more specs before I got interrupted by that side-by-side. I think it's a 240 millimeter brake on the back, Dunlop Geomax MX 52, 52 rear sprocket. I'm not sure about the front. I think it's a 14 or a 13. I gotta look in the manual, but yes, first gear is like a tractor. Everyone says it's a tractor gear, and I never really understood until I rode it. It is a tractor. You can climb a wall in first gear with this thing. Second and third are great, and then once you start getting fourth, fifth, and sixth, you know, it picks up speed. It's not a slow bike, so don't overlook this bike just because it's not labeled a cross-country bike or a hard enduro bike. This is a tried and true trail bike, and I fourth ride out, and I'm having a blast. You know, you got a nice little protection right there on the bottom. It's a solid bike. The clutch action is super smooth. You could two-finger that clutch all day. The brakes are nice and touchy. They're sensitive, not overly sensitive, but you know, they work fine. You don't need Brembos, although the Brembos do look cool. Don't need it. That's kind of a bummer there. It does look a little funny. It doesn't sound that bad though. Do foot pegs. Maybe put some black Renthal or Pro Taper bars on this, just to, I think the black would go nice with the black wheels. Yeah, the Battle Gray gets black wheels with the silver spokes, which I think looks awesome. And it's just cool. You know, I never see these in Battle Gray ever. I always see the 230 or the 110s in the Battle Gray. And I feel like this was a good buy on my end. I'm very happy with it. You know, I can go on and on about the specs. You know, suspension is adjustable front and rear. You know, it's a good, for the price, cannot be happier. Get a little shot of it with the whatever foliage is left, because it's so dry that the leaves are changing and dropping immediately. So just got to take it easy here, because it's sandy. The leaves are still somewhat slippery. And I'm happy to be out. So I'm going to roll this footage of the ride to get out here, and hopefully I don't talk your ear off too much, but